Hi, Coach Tony here, and welcome into today's video. Today's video is extra special. On it, I'm going to reveal the ultimate secret to manifestation. And if you watch this entire video, it is going to change not only your manifestations and your ability to manifest, but quite honestly, it's going to change every perspective that you might hold for your entire life, actually. I'm going to be challenging some beliefs that you might hold for yourself right now, and these might even be sacred beliefs. So I want to just give a disclaimer right off the bat that I am just the messenger. This information is going to come from Neville Goddard, and I'm actually going to reference a book called At Your Command that he wrote in 1939. This information has been around for so long, actually, but in it holds the secret to manifestation. And what I believe is this actually holds the secret to the universe and your reality. So you're going to want to watch this whole video. And I honestly want to hear from you in the comments below after you watch this entire video, because when I learned this, it changed everything for me. It changed my entire worldview, actually, on reality and on religion even. It challenged everything for me. And I want it to do the same for you, because once you understand it, your life will never be the same. I'm here to tell you. I promise you, this video is going to be one of the most profound videos you watch, okay? So I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from At Your Command by Neville Goddard. And after I read them, we're going to go into detail, really dissecting the information that he's sharing. And I want to put it together for you in a very easy to understand idea. And at the very end of this video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you a part of an exercise that I include in my brand new Manifestation Mastery program. And it's a beautiful exercise that will help you apply what you're learning in this video here today, okay? So stay tuned to the very end so you can actually get something of value that you can apply to level up your life and manifestations, okay? So let's jump right in here. So I'm going to read, this is actually the second page of the book, actually. And in it, it already reveals a secret, quite honestly. In fact, the first page reveals it. But I'm going to read this paragraph because it'll really kind of set the stage for you, okay? Everyone will agree with the statement that all things were made by God, and without him, there's nothing made that is made. But what man does not agree upon is the identity of God. All the churches and priesthoods of the world disagree as to the identity and true nature of God. The Bible proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Moses and the prophets were in 100% accord as to the identity and nature of God. And Jesus's life and teachings are in agreement with the findings of the prophets of old. This statement right here, I really want you to pay attention to. Moses discovered God to be man's awareness of being. I'm going to read that again. Moses discovered God to be man's awareness of being. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. The awareness of being as God is stated hundreds of times in the New Testament. To name but a few, I am the shepherd. I am the door. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way. I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end. I want to pause here really quick because I want to suggest that you replace I am with being. Being is. Okay, so I'm just going to flash this one more time, and I want you just to listen into these words, okay? Moses discovered God to be man's awareness of being. Being hath sent me unto you. Be still and know that being is God. Being is the shepherd. Being is the door. Being is the resurrection and the life. Being is the way. Being is the Alpha and Omega. Being is the beginning and the end. So what is Neville saying? We all agree that something like God created the universe, right? But the idea is the identity of God, it has been misunderstood. What or who God really is. Well, what Neville is proposing, whether you want to believe this or not, this is the key. This is the secret. When you understand that you being, we are human beings, and whatever you are being is actually the point of attraction for you. Okay, so whatever you're being, so if you want a lot more money in your life, but you're being lackful, right? Thinking in terms of lack. I don't have this. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have abundance, right? We have got to start being abundant. We have to start being rich and wealthy. We have to be that thing, that whatever it is we desire. And Neville has a beautiful quote that I also want to read to you really quick. In the same book, men or women pray to God that does not exist. For instance, to be conscious of being poor and to pray to a God for riches is to be rewarded with that which you are conscious of being, which is poverty or poor. So whatever you are being is exactly what you are going to attract. So the real secret here is, how do we become and how do we be the person that can have, do, or be whatever it is we desire? So how can we become the person right now is the question. Because your point of attraction is who you are being right now. The power is in the present moment all the time. And you could be different things at any given moment in time. Once you make millions of dollars, if you stop being wealthy and rich and abundant, you could start to be poor again, right? You could lose all that money again. It's whoever you're being in any given moment, and most dominantly throughout the day and week and month, right? Who were you last month? Were you being a person who was abundant and rich and wealthy? Were you being, if you want a better relationship, were you being a person who was loving and caring and fun and outgoing? If that's the type of person you want to attract into your life. So when you work in harmony with this idea, you're going to start to realize that you have all the power. And I only know this because once you start applying this in your own life and you be the person, right? People are always asking me, how are you so happy all the time? Even when you have 4 kids, even when you're stressed out or other things are going on, because I consciously am aware of who I am being all the time. I want happiness, fun, joy, love in my life. So I am that. I am happiness. I am joy. I find the blessings in life. I see the good everywhere. That's the whole idea here, guys. We've got to become the person who is what it is we desire, who is wealthy, who is abundant. There's this idea, and it's so funny because I learned this many years ago. And it was actually at a business mentorship program I was in with Elite Marketing Pro. And they talked about this concept here, but it's very similar, just a slightly different perspective, right? Most people, they're trying to create a result from a backward structure. So what they're really following is have, do, be. But this is completely backwards. So they're going about life wishing they could have all the money first before they'll go out and do the thing that will allow them to become rich or wealthy or more abundant. But that's completely backwards. What we've got to do is switch that on its head to become be, do, have. So you've got to become rich and abundant and wealthy first in your mindset and in your self-concept before you'll actually go out and do and take action as that person, which in turn will attract the money in and the riches and abundance in, right? Does that make sense? Same thing with relationships, with health. You've got to become healthy up here first. You're a limitless being. We can have you or be anything, but you have to be it first. Your point of attraction is who you are being. I'm going to say that again because it's so important to understand. Your current point of attraction is who you are currently being. And what you attract is who you are being most dominantly throughout the day and week and month and year. That is what you're going to be getting. So the idea is we've got to start paying more attention to who we are being, more so than ever before, actually. And if we're showing up not as that person, we've got to start shifting it. I hope this is really resonating with you. When I've truly understood this and became this information, my whole life changed. I have been living my dream life ever since, and I know exactly how to create it. And that's what I wish for you, is to learn exactly how to do this. So at the very end here, I want to share with you this really just a quick part of the exercise that I share in my Manifestation Mastery program. And it has to do with your point of attraction. So in any given moment throughout the day, your point of attraction can shift, right? If you're being wealthy and abundant as you're listening into affirmations, let's say, and then you just go about the rest of your day, but you are afraid to spend money and you're being in lack and in poverty still, we've got to shift it. That's why a lot of the tips you're going to see people suggest on YouTube and other areas is they're going to say, spend like you are abundant, right? But that's kind of the wrong idea. They're giving you information out of order, out of context. You don't want to just spend all of your money. You just don't want to feel bad spending money. You want to understand that you are wealthy. You're going to be making lots of money. And it's whether or not you have any money in the bank right now, we want to be wealthy. How would you be as a wealthy person with no money in the bank? How would you be acting? So hopefully this makes sense to you. You are limitless. So stop looking outside and externally and start looking internally. Who you are being is your actual current point of attraction. If you can shift that for the rest of your days, weeks, months, years, watch out, world, because who you're going to be is completely different. I'm telling you right now. The actual exercise I'm going to be sharing with you here is it's very simple, actually. It's throughout the day, check in with yourself and ask yourself this question. Who am I being right now in this moment or in this segment of my day? Or who was I being in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, whatever that looks like, right? And the next level of this, the second question to ask yourself for this exercise is, what could I do differently to be more like the person who has my desire? To be more like the person who already has my desire, okay? And the perspective I want to leave you with is this. It's super profound. Again, this is life-changing information. Even this one little perspective will change the game for you. Most people are actually thinking of and about their desires. Like, I wish I could have this money. I wish wishing and hoping and praying that they could have their desire. But that implies that they are not being their desire, right? So instead of thinking of or about your desire, you have to start thinking from your desire. You have to start thinking from that vantage point. That, if you could start doing that throughout the day, you're shifting your point of attraction so that your desire can now pull in whatever it is, attract in whatever it is that's going to lead you to it. So the idea is, what is your current point of attraction? It's who you are being. So you must be the person who already has your desire. It's already fulfilled. The wish has already been fulfilled. So how should you show up? You've got to step into that energy, okay? So I hope this makes sense. This is very profound, and this will change your life forever, I promise you. And it might even be challenging some of your core beliefs right now. And that's a good thing, actually, because your core beliefs are keeping you limited. If you don't have the core beliefs that allow this idea, then you're going to struggle. You're going to continue to struggle. So you've got to open up and shift your core beliefs, because the person who has what it is you desire, they have slightly different beliefs. And I just gave you one of the biggest secret ones, that who you are being is actually the secret, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments below. I love you guys so much. I thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you're finding lots of value in them. If you are, please like and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be talking about lots more cool things, giving you lots more perspective on this idea so that you can level up your manifestations like never before, okay? So with that, I'll see you in the next video and hope you have an amazing day.